Insta360 Luna. Let's talk about it. So I'm recording my voice through the built-in microphone. I just wanted to give you some idea of what it sounds like at a distance, right? At a distance. This is what it sounds like. It's not bad. I have my light. And the reason I have that on is because I want to test this camera in difficult studio conditions. Now, everyone buys this camera for different reasons. For me, as a beginner YouTuber, I wanted something that would give me a run and gun, set it and forget it kind of camera setup. And man, I've been going through a lot with different cameras in my life, from Fujifilms to Nikons to Sonys. I tried it all. I've had it for about 10 minutes. Here's the box. I just unpacked it. And I have some thoughts on it. 10 minutes is enough to go through all the menu items and understand the core functionality. And yeah, so, okay, so all right, 2X, we're on 2X right now. I would like to say, I'm not using the remote screen right now. I'm connected to my phone, and I'm happy to report that you can actually monitor yourself using this camera through the phone app, which is pretty cool, because if in a couple of years the internal remote battery dies, we're screwed, ladies and gentlemen. We will not be able to recover from such a devastating loss if that were to happen. But hopefully it doesn't happen. Camera is charged to about 90% out of the box. Pretty good. Grid lines. It has grid lines over here. So if you wanted to sort of use this camera for a more professional, meticulous, calculated scenario where you had to, work with architecture lines and all that, you could do so. Let's go to 1X. You could do so using the grid lines, which is a good thing. I thought that, you don't have that option on the little screen over there, which, let us switch over to that. Okay, now, when I remove the screen, it gives me like a little warning that app is connected. And yeah, we need to stop recording on the app first. Can we stop recording using this button right here? No, we cannot. Can we use Zoom? No, we cannot. So if you're connected through the app right here, using this to monitor yourself, this is irrelevant. But let's see what happens if I turn it off, stop recording right now. Right, so when I disconnected from the app, only then was I able to connect to the little screen, but I did not have to reattach it back to the body of the camera. So that is cool. First things first, a little bit of rattling here on the screen just because the zoom rocker is a little flimsy. I found this little thing over here, the joystick, right? It's operational. I don't find myself, clicking on it accidentally when I try to pan or tilt the gimbal. So some people end up like actually pushing it in. I find there's enough stiffness here so that you don't do that accidentally unless your sensitivity levels are like off balance in your fingertips. All right, so test number one, the first thing that I want to see is how this, let's zoom in a little bit, is going to look like at a distance, right? So I have this light. It is not maximum brightness, but it's just enough to mix the light in here to a degree where most cameras would struggle. I come from Nikon Z6 III as my latest full frame camera. And, people praise it for low light capabilities. And I was like, I love low light. I shoot at night in mixed lighting conditions. I wanted that camera so bad, so I got it. Yeah, I don't know. I use like classic adapters to adapt some lenses from the past, like 1.2 aperture, like super wide open, right? And it was noisy at times. This camera, on the other hand, we're not using super night or pure shot video, whatever it's called. and this is just the standard video look. However, I do have iLog enabled with the Leica Chrome applied on top of that. Reason being, I'm lazy. I don't want to grade my footage. I just wanted to get it out of the camera as is. Matrix priority is activated here. My ISO is set to go up to 400 maximum. All right, it's about 4 p.m., cloudy, and it is not focusing to expose my face properly. This is why the footage may look a little darker than what you're used to seeing online regarding this camera. But let's bump it up to 3x. One more time. Start the tracking, and the first thing I wanted to discuss, little details that you may miss. So we're at a distance, right? It's a significant distance. It's quite a big room. Don't mind the mess. We all do it. But here, 6x, and take a look at the overall look on my face. I feel like it's struggling with rendering this light properly and maybe overexposing it a little bit. 0 EV, not minus 0.3, not plus, nothing like that. It's 0, but it's iLog using the Leica Chrome. Leica Chrome. The render skin tone, you look like a chrome. So anyways, and then when I remove myself from that light and I go back in here, there's something here with the sharpness of the camera, or maybe not, I don't know. Let's zoom out a little bit, okay. Here we go, looking good. So, yeah, once again, go into the light. ISO is set to maximum 400. I like to keep it low. 12x, we're at 12x right now. And sharpening is set to minus. No, it's not minus. There's low, medium, and high. So this is on low. I wanted to soften the image as much as I could. And that is also the reason why I'm shooting in 1080p. I need my storage. I don't have an SD card lying around as an extra for this camera. But in turn, like, yeah, 1080p. I love 1080p. 1080p gang. Subscribe. All right, so. And then we move over here by the window. The crescendo, all right? Where we at? Right here. Can we see the skies? Probably not. There is no sky. It's all gray. It's blown out already. And it's not the camera's fault. So I'm hiding behind these plants. And because the the brightness is low due to the ISO, the camera is struggling a little bit in terms of tracking my face. So sometimes the tracking disappears, but that's because my face is so dark right now that it's impossible for it to. So if I go over here, for example, there, it lost me. It lost me. The background is so bright that my face, in the darkness of it, it disappeared. Look, it's not tracking me anymore. So I'm gonna have to hold the button. It says no face detected. Tracking canceled. Okay, hold the button again. There's a little bit of light that's being cast over it, and it was able to recognize me in the jungle here and say, hey, that's a human lurking in the trees, in the bush. All right, so that's another thing. So what else? This place is riddled with like cancerous Wi-Fi devices, Bluetooth radios, all kinds of things. And it seems to be working okay in terms of like the connection from the camera to the mic or this removable screen. Okay, let's go to 6x. Success. It's 6x. Oh man. Overall, Leica Chrome, I haven't tried other profiles. This was just a random throw on top of the iLog. So it was kind of situation. I was just iLog and then boom, bake it in, baby. And I wanted iLog because I was like, might as well maximize that dynamic range, Ooh, and so here we are. uh, framing yourself using this thing is good. It's really nice to have that, but there will be a learning curve in terms of it's tempting to look at it every once in a while, and that just kind of distracts from the overall experience of actually shooting a video. So I would recommend not to look at it. It does go off after a little timeout that you can set in the menu, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and it just saves the battery, goes off. So that's nice. But when it's on, you can't help but look at your glorious self and say, man, Luna, you're my new best friend, and I can't take my eyes off of you. That sort of thing. What else? So yeah, in studio environments like these. All right. So the reason I got this camera, let's get into a little bit of a philosophical discussion here. Like I said, we do have. Did you see that? Did you see that little glimpse? See, that's one of those dangerous. This thing is dangerous. But yeah, so there it goes again. Ah, darn it. Okay, forget it. You're not there. Luna, I will mention a few things that are a little personal, different. I don't know. The look of the camera, right? Not the footage look, but like the look of the actual camera. I don't know what it is. It's one thing to see it online and be like, yeah, you know, it looks cute, little Wally. But when you actually have it in front of you and it's looking at you, it gives you the vibes, man. It's like it's alive. You know, the way it's looking at you with those innocent sort of like, I'm sad and I need a hug and I'm waiting for one. That kind of look. And you just, you know, it kind of, it startles you a little bit because those dual lens systems, I like the way they design them. It looks very approachable, innocent, and you kind of want to spend time with this camera. You know what I mean? So there's that aspect to it for sure. Um, uh, the other thing is, yeah, the case is well made, man. The case is amazing. It's a very thought out case. It's got a little hole over here through which you can see like your charging light. Got a lanyard. I think it's a lanyard hole right here, so you can carry it with you wherever you go. Maybe hang it on the side of your sling, your bag. Uh, the remote is amazing. I got the basic package. I did not go for the creative bundle. First of all, they didn't have it. They didn't have it here. They only had the basic bundle with the little USB-C adapter that moves the USB port from the bottom of the camera to the back of the camera, and it's actually using those little legs that comes with the adapter to stand on. And I find that is such a genius thing. So this camera is just riddled with little pleasant, uh, life improving, thoughtful ideas, right? And I love that about it. What, you want me to write a script so I don't waste your time? Come on now. Spend a minute with good old camera cook. Let's see what else we can think about here. Okay, the buttons on the front here. A little, they're tactile, but they're also mushy. They're in between, all right? Don't love them, don't hate them, but they're just kind of like weird. They're like a weird feel to them. When it's recording, I cannot change color profiles. So if I click on this button, which is set to color profiles, I cannot change them on the fly, which is fine. Like I said, Leica Chrome reminds me of uh, just classic Chrome, basically, on my Fuji X105V. All right, I don't know which one it is, but it's the same. The look is the same. And what's really important about that color profile is that it kind of renders the sky in a very pleasing muted blue. It doesn't pop like a cell phone blue. You know the cell phone blue I'm talking about? Some of the color profiles here do that too, and most of YouTube videos that I've seen, they have that blue sky that is just like overpowering, and it's just like, Minecraft video feel, you know. I don't know. So Leica Chrome was the one that really stood out through my initial kind of swiping. And so I decided to go with that. Was pleasantly surprised that I could use iLog, which gives you more dynamic range to apply that color profile on top of, so I don't have to color grade. The point of this camera is to just, for me to be able to take with me wherever I go, set it up, and upload the video. Uploading, that's another little thing that's really pleasant here. The upload speeds are insane. Like if you connect this to your app, right, and you click that render to your phone, save it to your phone. I don't know if it's because of like 8K, 1080p that I'm shooting it in, but 1080p is extremely fast. And I find 1080p is, like I said, I'm using it to soften the image a little bit. I want it to look a bit cinematic. ISO, my recommendation is keep it as low as you can. Very clean image in dim environments like this without using the dedicated night mode on this camera. So up to 400, extremely clean, beautiful rendering. And so that's yeah, that's my recommendation for this camera if you wanted to get a cinematic look. Now I'm also going to get a black mist filter when that's available and use that to soften the image a bit more, to reduce sharpening. But yeah, was able to set it to low sharpening, 1080p, and ISO max 400. So it has auto ISO that jumps between 100 to 400. I find that sufficient. And then anything darker, if you need more light, you need to bump that ISO. I think by that point you're switching to night mode or pure video, or whatever they call it. So yeah, so let's just do a little walk around. We're going to go for there you go. What, 6x? Yeah, we're at a distance here. But again, notice how it changes with the light. I think it renders distant light casting on faces and objects differently than when something is like up close next to it. The reason being is because the little sensor that controls the white balance. White balance, by the way, is fixed. It's not, yeah, let's talk about that. White balance. That's another thing I found interesting about this camera. And I think this relates to all other cameras, but basically white balance, you want to set it to 5,600 and just forget about it. Because, well, 5,600 is how your eyes see the world anyways. It's like the natural color of it. So when you have something like this, you're getting like a very accurate representation of what this actually looks like in real life, right? But if you set this camera to white balance, it takes control of it all, right? It's pretty vicious with it. Not the best experience in my experience when using auto white balance. And yeah, the mic sound, I think this is sufficient for most people. You want that crispness. You're gonna have to buy the dedicated Insta360 mic Pro or just the normal mic Air. But I think for just like doing talking head videos like this, vlogging, it's fine. You don't have to, you know, don't overdo it. The camera is not perfect, but it is perfect for me. Because like I said, my whole thing with it is I want to get rid of all the other cameras that I own, except that Handycam that you saw earlier. That's a dope little camera. So the first thing that I'll look at are quirks. And I'm like, how quirky is this camera? And you know, watching all these videos online, color shifts when you're zooming in, lens switching, are they quirks? I don't know. To me, in this kind of environment, that's a non-issue. I'm not zooming into space and peeping color accuracy. I'm looking at realistic scenarios. And I think this is one of them. I think for most people, if you just wanted to record your thoughts and just blast this out there on YouTube or save it for archival purposes so your grandchildren can enjoy your philosophy, this camera is more than enough. Pricey? I don't know. I think it's appropriate. I feel like the price is spot on. Like it feels, I'm very sensitive to prices, but this one feels like it's it's right on the mark. Like $700 US, right? That's I would buy another one if I had the need for it. So, and I wouldn't regret it. The camera is excellent. The main thing is the tracking. The tracking is amazing. It's like, I mean, if you're a solo creator, do you really want to be shifting your tripod for different angle shots? Let's do it over here. You don't want to do that. So, would I recommend this camera? Absolutely. The only things, like I said, whatever I discussed in this video in terms of like mixed lighting conditions, the funky looking remote with like shaky buttons over here, little things, they don't really matter. What matters is that it tracks you. It's as if you have a person standing there and just doing 90% of the video filming work. And just be careful not to look at the screen too much, because it is addicting. All right? Don't be a narcissist. Stop looking at yourself so damn much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fun little camera, super cool shooting modes, gimbal, amazing, colors, amazing, skin tones, finally, and low light. ISO noise, be gone. So all my $5,000-$6,000 cameras have been rendered irrelevant by the Luna Ultra. Get one and enjoy life. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Gestures, not activated. Don't need them. And